Hi everyone, Linda here from Gunnut Lane Wearable Art Jewellery. I have another link for you today. You're probably getting over the links a little bit. I never do because they're always a necessity to have. So I thought I'd show you one more before moving on to something else in the next video. So this is the link that we're going to be doing. This one here. And I've done a couple of variations, not on the link, but on how to put them together. Also too, I thought I'd show you the little clasp I made for that as well. Oh, got that one upside down. There we go. I think that's quite a beautiful clasp on the back of your neck. There. So this one here has a double jump ring through holding it together. And this one here has a little S hook in between the links, like that. And this one here has, it's a twisted S link. Hopefully you can see that. Just to give it a bit of a different look. And this one has a single jump ring through it. So just a couple of different looks. If you have a look at them all together, it makes them look totally different when they're side by side. So put that one down there, and then the double. So if you can see those there, it just gives them all a bit of a different look. All right, well, we're going to get on with making this link now. So you're going to need some 20 gauge wire. You could do it with a 22. I wouldn't go any lower than a 22. And I have done it in an 18 gauge, which makes it look very manly. So if you want to make a chain for a man, although this one here is quite substantial as well. So you could do this one in a 20 gauge for a man with the double jump rings through it. It's quite a substantial and nice weighted chain. So this one I'm doing in 20 gauge. Okay, we're going to start off by making sure that we've got a flush cut on our wire. I'm going to take my tape measure and I'm going to measure out 5 centimeters, which is 2 inches in the imperial measurement. So get that right. I'll do a couple of those. So flush cut again. Try and get your wire a bit straight too. This gold wire's got a lot of spring in it. Okay. I got these two. Now grab your marker. Mine's here somewhere buried. There it is. So you've got a permanent marker, and we're going to measure out 2.5 centimeters, which would be 1 inch. Okay, on your pliers, you should have marked, or well, you will mark, or use masking tape or whatever. You want 7 millimeters from the tip to the start of your mark there. 7 millimeters. So I'm not sure what that is in inches. It's going to be just a little bit less than half an inch. Five, 6, 7. It's going to be up around here somewhere. I don't know, what's that? 1, 2, 3/8, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, So just, yeah, as you can see, I've marked my pliers there. I'll just mark them again a little bit more so they're a bit darker, so you can see. Okay, taking one piece of our wire, going right on the start of that 7mm mark on your pliers, like that. Making sure you can't feel your wire, and we're going to turn it, making a loop. And you want it to be touching your wire. And then do the same thing on the other side, right at the start of that mark on your pliers. Again, making sure that you can't feel it, and turning your loop so it looks like that. And finding the mark on your wire, and you want it right at the start of your marking on your pliers as well, at the 7mm mark, and making sure that your loops are facing towards you. So not facing down or up or anything, they're facing towards you. And then we're going to move the wire up, bring them together. Now, oh, I was off camera then, sorry. Now if they're out of whack like mine are here, one's a bit longer than the other, just move the shorter one out, bring the longer one in, and just do that until they line up. So moving the shorter one out, bringing the longer one in. Oh, we're out by quite a bit then. All right, that's even now. Now choose a side which way you want to go. If you want to bring this one in front of this one or the other way around. I'm going to go in front, so I'm going to bring my left one up over the top of the right one and down like that. So that it looks like that. Then you take it off the pliers, turn it over and pop your pliers back in. And you want to make sure you've got your top barrel of your pliers through the loop and the bottom one at the bottom, like that. Then you're going to take these coming up the sides. One will go behind and one will come in front. If you can see that. Bring those up. And if they're out of whack again, do the same thing. Just move the shorter one down and bring the longer one across until they're even, and then cross them over. So the one that's coming from behind will go behind the one that's in front. Just like that. Take your pliers off. Now they can be out of whack, so mine is a little bit out of whack there, a little bit too far away from each other. Just grab your flat nose or chain nose pliers, whatever you've got, and just give those a bit of a flatten. You can do it on the bottom too if you want to. Just like that. Pop your your round nose pliers back in and just correct that. Just a little bit of fiddling. Got this gold wire is a bit more springy. If you're using copper wire, it's a lot more malleable, so you won't have as much problem. But you can also too, if you want, if that's still not doing it, just over correct it. Just bring one a little bit past the other one and then they'll line up like that. You can see that? I'll do that one more time for you, make the whole link. So we're coming in on our 7mm mark, making sure you can't feel the wire, turning our loop till it touches the wire or close enough to it, but getting it to touch is the best. If you can get it down as close as you can. Same on the other side. Making sure that they're touching, finding your mark on your wire and the mark on your pliers, and being right at the 7mm mark at the very start, making sure that your loops are facing towards you like that, and then bending the wire up. And again, if they're out of whack, just whichever one is a shorter one, pull that away and push the longer one in until they're level. And then choosing your side, well, you've got to choose the same side as you chose on your first one. Bring it down so it's sitting like that. Take your pliers out, turn it over, insert your pliers back in again, so you've got your top barrel on top, the bottom one's at the bottom. Then move your wires up. You'll have one going to the back, one coming to the front. Again, if they're out of whack, just move them around, moving your shorter one out and the longer one in until they meet up like that. Then just crossing them over, taking them off the pliers, give them a little squash down. And again, if they're out of whack like that, you can just over correct the loop, if you can get hold of it, until they line up. It's still a little bit out of whack, but it's close enough for me at the moment. So then we're going to grab a jump ring. Pop the jump ring through the loop or the loops. Pop on another one. Grabbing 2 pairs of pliers. I've got bent nose and my flat nose here. Oops. And closing up that jump ring. So that's our single jump ring one. And we'll just pop it on the bottom of the chain here that I've already made. So just going to open another jump ring. And closing up that jump ring like that, and that's our chain. So I'm going to show you a variation on that link, and it was one that I found by accident. I just made a mistake, and I thought, oh, it kind of looks a bit like a paper clip, but not quite, but a little bit like it, and I quite liked the way that link looked. So I'll show you how I made that. I'm going to do this one in the copper so I can add it on to my chain, because I'm not making a chain at the moment out of the gold. So again, we're going to make sure we've got a flush cut on the end. measure out our 5 centimetres. Cutting that. Getting your wire reasonably straight as you can. Copper wire is very, very soft. And we're going to mark off again. Oh, I didn't cut that very well, did I? That's 6 centimetres, Linda, not 5. That's another thing with this link too. Just make sure that, oh, that went flying. Goodness. Don't cut your links any less than 5 centimetres. You can make them bigger, but don't make them any smaller. They just don't turn out. Okay, oh, marking. So we're going to mark 2.5 centimetres. Making the loops the same way as we did before. Just getting that to touch the wire if you can do it. So it looks like that. Grabbing at your centre part again on your mark the way that you did before. Now, how did I do this? I didn't have them coming towards me. I had them like that, I think, if I remember rightly. I'll just see if it works. No, I must have held them a different way. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's still going to work out. I'm just going to grab my chain nose pliers. I want these facing each other. I'll take them off there. There we go. So one of them facing each other, like that. And then we're just going to cross them over the same way we did before. So this time they're facing down instead of up. Like that. I'm going to do the same thing, pop them in, turn it over, pop them in, and then just turn them up. And again, if they're out of whack, move the shorter one into the longer one across, and then just cross them over like that. So you've got a bit of a different length there. And I haven't got a jump ring here to attach that. But anyway, that's our little link. I think that's all I've got to show you. Yeah, I think that's it. So I just wanted to thank everybody that turned up at my live last week. I totally appreciated all the support that you gave me and all the suggestions and information and everything like that. It was a great help to me. It was lovely to meet you all, have a chat to you. As I said, I wish it would have been so much nicer if we could have seen each other, but anyway, that's the way that it works. Yeah, so thanks guys. I totally appreciate it. And that's it for me for this video. Any questions or any comments you'd like to leave, please leave those down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Getting close up to that 1,000 subscriber mark now. I'm 820 something or other people on there. So if you could help me out with that, let's get it up to 1,000. And yeah, we'll have a giveaway as soon as I get to 1,000 subscribers. All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining me today. Have a good one, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.